morning. Today is 31st October.
Happy Halloween!
Welcome back to the news you must know today. I'm Leo.
I'm Cindy.
Today's topic is about one of our state diplomatic relations, the Republic of Haiti. Recently, the prices in Haiti are increasing in a fast speed. At the same time, inflation also out of control. People in Haiti are feeling terrible now. Let's see a report video of the revolt there.
This is the chaos that Haitian protests on the streets of capital pro-opposed against fuel prices increase. They say they can't afford the new fuel prices. Many people decide to spend the night working. Lots of business are closed. My wife is going on to deliver our baby. She needs a cesarean, but every hospital we go to can't find a doctor because of protests. I don't know what to do, said the man. The government increased up to 50% for diesel, gasoline, and kerosene. Diesel now costs $4, nearly $5 for regular gas. In Haiti, 80% of workers earn less $2 a day. They cannot even have 3 meals a day, not to mention food. We are speaking up against the president. He hasn't delivered on his promise he made during his campaign. From food to job creation, we haven't seen anything since he came into power, said the man. President Jovenel Moise promised to improve the economy last year. In February, Haiti's government agrees to reduce fuel subsidy in exchange for aid from the International Monetary Fund. Protesters say they are tired of empty promises. They are afraid that prices will keep going up while the wages stay the same.
The government announced to raise the price of fuel in June. Gasoline rose almost 30%, diesel and kerosene about 50%. Besides that, the Brazil soccer team, which most Haitians supported, lost at the World Cup at the same time. All these triggers caused a serious protest. People went on the streets to call for their rights. They burned cars and stuck on the main street at the capital Port-au-Prince. At last, 4 people died in the protest. It made the government cancel the price rising immediately. Humans in Haiti asked their Prime Minister Jacques Lafontaine to resign. The serious problem didn't improve. Even the Prime Minister left his position along with the cabinet. In such an impoverished country, about 60% of Haitians earn less than $2 a day, and the situation will become worse in the future. Now, let's take a look at this video about the Prime Minister and the President of Haiti who were asked to resign by their citizens in responsible for the fuel price policy.
The chaos has caused severe disaster, and 4 people were killed so far. Although the government says that the fuel hike can bring tens of millions of income for the infrastructure, but the furious Haitians think the corrupt government should take responsibility for the economic crisis and that they should make a change. We will do whatever to bring the president down and give the lawmakers the last chance. If they don't make a change, we will set the parliament on fire. And political analysts think that the chaos also affects the business owner. The policy has a great impact on both politicians and the middle class. Unless the government takes action to improve people's lives, the chaos won't stop. All the policies are forcing people to leave their country. They take import more seriously than Haiti's productivity. Haiti now is facing an acute political and economic crisis.
Wake up, everyone. It's teaching time. Parliament.
a formal conference for the discussion of public affairs.
Prime Minister Jack Lafontaine, facing a non-confidence vote in Parliament, resigned along with his cabinet.
Minimum, the list of a set of numbers.
A liter of milk costs more than half the daily minimum wage, putting it out of reach for most of the country.
Inflation, a continuing rise in the general price level usually attributed to an increase in the volume of money and credit relative to available goods and services.
Inflation is a fact of life in much of the world, but amid so much misery, it resonates painfully here with everyone. From people selling small bags of rice in the street to owners of small business, everyone except the Chinese elite.
Messy, extremely unpleasant, or trying.
The government of President Jovenel Moise, who took office in February 2017 after a massive contested election set off protests when it abruptly announced double-digit increases in the prices for gasoline, diesel, and kerosene.
Revenue, a government department concerned with the collection of national revenue.
It was part of an agreement with the International Monetary Fund to eliminate fuel subsidies to boost government revenue in exchange for more support from member nations.
Compatriot, a person born, resident, and holding citizenship in the same country as another.
I can understand the situation facing many of our unemployed compatriots.
Temporary, during a limited time.
VOC says his business were already struggling, but he had to temporarily halt a construction project in the city of Les Cayes because of the recent unrest.
Agriculture, the practice of producing crops and raising livestock, and in various degrees, the preparation.
Agriculture, the most important segment, is suffering from a long-standing drought and the devastation caused by Hurricane Matthew to one of the most fertile parts of the country in 2016.
Spiral
of our relating to the advancement to higher levels through a series of cyclical movements. The cost of living seems like it is spiraling out of control to many nations, making life even more of a struggle in the Western Hemisphere's poorest nation. Undernourished, poorly supplied with vital elements or qualities. A January report by the U.S. Agency for International Development said about half the country is undernourished.
This is the end of the show.
See you tomorrow.